All right, guys. You guys probably hear a fan in the background for this one, so let's get into it. Looks like I didn't have my logo covering the screen. Shout out to all of the athletes here. Dorcas Awoyi that won the race. We got to shout out an athlete to look for as well. We're going to be covering Athing Mu and Keely Hodgkinson. And so before I start with this, fair use flow track. Fair use flow tack. I know y'all gonna copyright strike this one anyway and copyright claim it. That's what y'all do. But this is for commentary, which would otherwise be copyright infringement. So this is why this is fair use. We're gonna talk about this a little bit here. Let's mute that one. Athing Mu's looking very serious, so nothing wrong there. People are like, oh, she's not smiling, whatever. That's not too bad. Now, Addie Wiley, everybody look out for her because she looks like she could be another contender. Very young athlete in this 800 in the middle distance. So she may be a contender, if not in the 800, 1500. USA seems to be producing a lot of good 1500 to 3000 steeplechase athletes out of the US. So on the women's side. So we're going to fast forward this a little bit. All right. Look, they got the emphasis on her right there anyway. Okay, let's go. And they're lining up. So this is the American Track League. Fair use American Track League. I know that you guys have your thing too. So anyway, so the pace setters coming out. They're looking at a 56.6 or something like that, 56.5. All right, fair enough. That's about right at this time of the season. I think Mu's doing what she needs to do. She's getting out. She's somewhat in front. Let the pace setter get out in front of her. Let's rewind it again for fair use. We're not trying to just show the race for, no reason here. So let's just go back and commentate on this. So everybody's fair. Nothing's looking bad. And Athing Mu's going to go to the outside of lane one, kind of on that verge area as she's been coached to. So we can see that that's something that she's been coached to. In my opinion, whatever she was doing in college seemed to be pretty decent, but hey, different coaches, different things. So, and in my opinion, I think she needs to go back to the 400, do that training instead of the 1500. I do understand the overtraining though, so over distance thing. So, but there you go. Let's fast forward this a little bit. So she came by a little bit. Actually, let's go back. So a lot of people are questioning here because she got 5th place. Let's just go there. Athing Mu came by around 57.6. I think they said 57.5, and the pace setter was like right on pace. So congrats to the pace setter. That's a very hard and difficult thing to do, to stay just on pace, because you're going to shorten up. I guess you could say it's somewhat easy if the athletes need to know, but sometimes they go a little fast. We're going to see that in the next race. Now in the back straightaway, the commentator was saying, hey, you know what? She doesn't seem like she's going out, aggressive. She's being a little bit more gingerly. And I'm like, well, the pace they're going actually wasn't too bad. But this is what got me real quick. This is what got me. So they came by there, and this is basically like a 31. So I'm like, yeah, that's a big drop off. Because normally we would see between the 200 to 400, there might be, they come out in 26 or somewhere thereabout, and then they come by the next 200 at 30, and then the third one, they're picking it back up. Now, I've seen that at championships and whatnot, and how they're going to do those things. And then the final one, they're just trying to bring it in. But Mary Mora, she actually drops off on her third one, but she's not in this race. So here's the thing, Mo, she's not looking too good as far as strong as she should be. And then Awoyi is actually looking good. She's from Kenya. She's going to hit a personal best here. Now, here's the thing right here. You know what? Hey, look, she got a bad season. It happens. She ended off last year. She got a bronze medal and then won the Diamond League championships. So we got to recognize this. Look, Diamond League, it's its own league, just like the NBA. Imagine if many of the athletes, as they do, they represent their own countries when it comes to the Olympics and everything. And they're also NBA players. But imagine you're on a winning NBA team, NBA championship team. You guys won. You go to the Olympics and you guys get knocked out. Maybe you're in the third place bracket at the Olympics. All right, you got the third place, fourth place game and you guys are matching up, USA won, blah, but you're on, let's say, Team Ireland, Team Nigeria, or something like that, and you guys get third or second, you're a runner-up. Okay, that's like getting a silver at the World Championships or bronze at the World Championships as a like how they go at the Olympics. But when you go to the NBA, it's its own league. With track and field, people tend to group the things together because they kind of the same qualifiers, they got the same, standards. World Athletics is over both of them and everything like that. But no, those are two different things. So a Diamond League champion, they had to go through round after round after round, all one-off races, of course. They had to go through this one, and well, for the 800, they had to go through this round, which is a different meet, and that meet. So guys, recognize that she is the reigning Diamond League champion from last year, so she still won something, and I think we need to start emphasizing it. And World Athletics, they realize that, so they're putting more hype into World Championships, Diamond League, and I think they got the world's best, World Elite or something like that. So they're trying to be more competitive. They're staying on the cutting edge to make sure that you keep it hyped up, keep it audience. But you guys got to realize, Athing Mu is the reigning Diamond League champion for that, and obviously I don't think she's going to defend that at all because she's been under-raced, dealing with injury and all of the other things that's going on. So just realize that it's hard enough to get to Diamond League. You got to qualify for those meets, and then you got to do well enough to score the points, and then you got to win at the championship round. And so she did. And the reason why I brought that up is because Mary Mora, remember, she won the World Championships, but at the Diamond League final, which happened to be the Prefontaine Classic last year, she faded real bad. So I look at this as, hey, it happens. It's a race like that. She's keeping her face as relaxed as possible while she's back there, and she's kind of like in slow motion, and then she jogs it in. I think she was still trying all the way up until like the last, like 10 meters. I think she was actually trying. I don't think she jogged it up. I think she was trying, and that was just a bad race. Congratulations to the winner. Shout out to the ladies here that did compete at this. This is a very good meet. You guys should actually check out the American Track League on their page. I think it was streamed all over. It happened yesterday at the time of this recording. So July 19th. Go check that out. I don't like how it's at Puma American Track League, to be honest, because you don't see Nike, NBA, and all of that stuff. But maybe that's just because that's their own page and everything like that. But there you go. Now, let's compare this to Keely Hodgkinson, and then I got some things to say here. Now, Keely Hodgkinson, hold on. Fair Use NBC, Fair Use won the Diamond League, and Fair Use World Athletics. Oh yeah, smash the like button, everybody, if you could like this content, and subscribe and all that good stuff. So anyway, we like to do that for the algorithm. As you can see, we can see the like and dislike thing, so I could actually see those. So there we go. So Hodgkinson is doing what she's doing here. She's like smiling, giving a wave to everybody here. Little does everybody know, she's about to come out with a new personal best, which happens to be faster than what Athing Mu did last year. Because Athing Mu set the American record, right? Again. And then, so she set a personal best, 154. I can't remember it offhand. I don't want to look it up, but 154.76, somewhere thereabout. And then Keely Hodgkinson is going to run faster. I tell you, faster than that right here. Okay, she's gonna do that. Natoya Gould topping right now as she's gotten married. She's still in the game. She's 34 years old, if I'm not mistaken. She's been around a long time. I love seeing her come out. I hope that she can do something, because she's always there. She's like the Talu character, but in the 800 for Jamaica, it's like, dang, man, can you get a... She's always at the regular ones. Like at the Diamond League, she's able to get third, right? She's able to get third. She's like right there, third, fourth. She's like fourth place almost all the time, but I think in a Diamond League final, she did get third. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Now, but at the Worlds and everything, except for indoor, she's decent and everything like that, but then some people argue about those things. But Natoya Gould, topping. Hopefully, here's a chance for her to actually medal at the Olympics now. So, we're coming out. Jimariki is actually up there first. The pace setter's doing her thing. She's gonna be a little bit fast, actually, and that's the thing right there. Sometimes you want to gap the pace setter. It's a very hard thing to do, right? It's a hard thing to do. So that's Wallace in the lead. They come by how they're coming by. Look, it's like a 1 second differential between the pace setter and the rest of the field. They coming around doing their thing. But look at this right here. Hodgkinson is the de facto leader, and she's doing whatever she needs to do. So she's essentially not getting that much help at all, other than you see somebody right there, and it's a psychological thing. It's somebody there. Other than that, blocking the wind or something, I don't really think that's there at all. So it's not really a boost. And then notice, Natoya Gould, she did this, which I thought was a smart thing for her to do. After the 200, let's go back to that. I'm going to commentate on a couple of things here. Because right now, before I say what I'm going to say on Hodgkinson, you guys probably saw it from the title. I don't know what I'm going to title it. That's why I'm probably jumping all over the place. But right after this 200, Natoya decided to be like, you know what? And let me kind of back up off this pace. I think she decided at 250 actually. But she said, let me back up off this pace. Let me try something different. Okay? Because normally she's up there all the time with the leaders. And she already knows that Hodgkinson, if you see Hodgkinson, Mora, or Mo, you already know they about to be a monster. And if they in the lead, they're in there. Look, I'm always behind them. She's probably thinking, I'm always directly behind them. What if, and then her coach, I wonder if they had a discussion. What if I just kind of gap them, take it a little bit easier on this second 200, and then try to put on some afterburners or something like that, and then come around for that? Because she did slow down, and you see that she's moving to the outside. She's preparing. She didn't just tuck in behind Jimariki. She decided to move on the outside a little bit, but then they started pulling away a little bit more. And in this case, it didn't quite work out for Natoya. But in another time, it might. She had a chance to try something out here, and I'm glad that she did try to do something different there. Because she said, look, the 200 came by, it was whatever the pace was. Let me take it easier, accelerate at the 400 to come around to the time I wanted to run again and see if I can bring that acceleration and slingshot myself around and accelerate for 410 meters. Maybe that's what she was thinking. Look, it's always good to try different things. She's older. She's about 34, 33 or somewhere there about. Hey, look, it's getting towards the twilight of her career, so she's wanting to try different things. But here's Hodgkinson in the lead. Riki thinking, you know, with the ponytails, like when somebody's real tired. I remember I had a female teammate. Man, the ponytails when somebody's real tired and the head just start bobbling and everything like that. Riki's almost at that point. You can see her because her body kind of jolts around. Y'all looking at her like that. They just kind of get there. Now, compare that to Hodgkinson. She just looks actually very controlled. It's a control power. You see it on her face a little bit. You see that there. But here is the thing. She is a monster. Mo, when she's at her best, is a monster. Mora is a monster. You got 3 dang monsters in the 800. 154.6. 154.6. And you know what? She has earned it. Her and Athing Mu are about the same age, if I'm not mistaken. Only a few months apart. And this performance right here, it's going to be kind of hard. I saw some comments in the comment section right here. Oh, yeah, this is the one I said. He said a huge cheer for Riki, but it was quiet. I thought that was funny from an announcer standpoint, because sometimes when I say stuff when it's there, it's not quite there. It is kind of funny to notice that with the announcers. But they said she's beaten Mo's personal best. Even if Mo had been in top form and mentally ready, Keely looks like she'd be top medal contender in Paris. And then this guy named Jeffrey A. Johnson, 1226, crashing out. Assumptions. What is fact is Keely has never beaten Athing. He crashed out right with that comment. Crashed out with that comment. Keely Hodgkinson did beat Athing Mu at the World Championships last year. She happened to lose herself, but that's still technically beating her because she got second to Mora in first, and Athing Mu got the bronze. Okay, sir? You crashed out as soon as you started. You said assumptions. And then, okay, that's fair enough, but I guess you're assuming some things now. Now, the way that Keely Hodgkinson is looking right now, let's see what Mary Mora and some other 800 athletes, because it's real stacked. I'm telling y'all, this 800 on the women's side and the men's side, oh man, the men are just going haywires and bonkers. But on the women's side, that's stacked. But right now, I can just comment on right now, the de facto people would be Hodgkinson, because I think she's adjusting to Mary Mora. They adjusted. They went back to the drawing board. They said, Mora caught us off guard last year and not this year. I'm just going to run so fast, she's going to have to run a world record to beat me. I think that's what the message here is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because Keely Hodgkinson, yeah, they said she stunned the field. They said she stunned the field. And you know what? I don't think that's an over-exaggeration. She kind of came out here, did the work that she did. He did that 1:54.61, so that's a British record. Congratulations to her. World leading time. She's got now a quicker time, but you know, when you're counting tenths and everything like that, maybe it's not something to count because they're roughly around the same time. So if Athing Mu was at her, you know, top form, that still would be tough. That's what I would say to that comment. I would say tough. I wouldn't say top medal contender necessarily, but I would say tough. Here's the thing that I got here, that in the future, when Athing Mu, she's probably going to need 2 seasons to really get back. And that's probably going to be tough because she's always talking about, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it and I'll quit. Hey, she's kind of like one of them complaining athletes and stuff like that. I wouldn't pay her any mind. I've coached athletes like that, and sometimes I could turn on the complaint mode, and I'm not serious. It's up to the coach and everything to see that that's there. And I know somebody that went to one of the best 1500 meter athletes and, you know, 800 in the US at the time, and she did go on to, oh dang, I would give away who it is. I don't know if she wants me to bring her up, but I knew her personally, and when I remember her complaining and saying, I hate track and field. She literally hated. It wasn't even, it was like the training was okay, but she just hated the whole thing. The racing, the training, everything. She was just like, I happen to be good at it. Okay, there's a lot of people like that, I'm sure. There's more people than we like to admit. It's not even like, hey, you know what? I even like the racing part. Nah, that's painful, bruh. I just want to win. And this is the sport I'm good at. She was tall, AF. And so she actually reminded me of Mo in some ways as far as skin color and height and everything compared to the other athletes. And that was about it. And as far as that, she was like, man, I hate this. But she kept doing it. She kept doing it. She kept doing it. She did it all the way through college. So the way I look at Athing Mu here is that, look, if you're listening to this video and you got this far in Athing Mu, keep your head up. If you're one of those athletes that kind of got the, I don't know, prissy personality, the princess personality, as you did some commercials like that, and maybe you got some of those things, who cares? Hey, you know what? Some people may not like that. It is what it is. Let them not like that. Let anybody else, including myself, if I say anything negative on that, not like that. What you need to do is you need to keep your head in the game. Maybe you need to listen to that video I had quoted from Sha'Carri Richardson and get into your quiet space. Whatever drama's going on, if you're one of those people that something's always going on and we just happen to see your life because you're in a celebrity status and you're really fast, that this ain't gonna help you because you just always gonna have a problem. Because some people are like that. All of us know somebody that always got something. It's your fault. It's their fault. It's this thing. It's that thing. It's that thing. Now, those are usually what they would say. Obviously, she's not just blaming everything. She was like, I just got so much going on. I got so much. She's typically saying that. She was saying that when she was winning. Remember? She was saying, so it's not something that, oh, I got so much going on and she's losing. No, she said it when she's winning. So Athing Mu, if that's you, this ain't going to help you. But if you're not that type of person and there are things going on and it's not like it's always been a constant thing where there happen to be, quote, things going on, but that that's kind of like you attracted to those, because it won't help you what I'm about to say, because people that are attracted to those types of things, not like a stage in their life where things are going bad, that's different. But if you aren't one of those people that attracted, look, this is what I gotta tell you: get in your quiet space. If you need to read books, read books. If you need to go out there, let me take this off the screen real quick. Let me take these ladies off the screen real quick. If you need to just chill out, go for a walk, and you say, look, coach, today I'm going for a walk. I know we got this Trikey contract. We got all these sports contracts. We got this sponsor here. I'm just going on a walk. And matter of fact, every day, why don't you adjust it to my schedule? I need, for the next 2 months, I just need to go on a walk. That's what I used to do when I was younger, when I was a kid, when I was in college and stuff. I just used to walk. Like, I was good. I was, winning at AAU and USATF, all of those things. Yeah. And then I went to college, and then I was almost undefeated, basically. How about this? I need to go on a walk, and just need to air my mind out. Every day I just do those things. Or you just start reading a book. Whatever it is. We saw this with Sha'Carri. She was crashing out hard. Like, she came on, made a firecracker on the scene, and then she started crashing out when she couldn't even make it through the first round. Then she said in December of 2022, this is when I told everybody, I said, look, y'all, she's about to do something already. I could tell it, because she's already fast. Nobody could take away that. That's one of my videos on here. All y'all gotta do, I don't name that many videos with Sha'Carri's name. I was trying to avoid the algorithm on purpose with her name. So I would talk about her in some of my videos, which were only like 3 additional, but I wouldn't use her name. This one has her name. I released that, I think, February, maybe January of 2023. But anyway, you need to do that thing. I'm doing this extended thing here. Some people may have clicked off the video, but if somebody sends this to you and say, hey, go to 4 or 5 minutes into the video or 15 minutes in the video and just listen to this man speak, this is what you need to do. Get the hell away from anything that is really draining you down, because this is just one season. The way I look at it, you just had an off season. It's not that big a deal. Last year, you got hurt. You still made it through. And it kind of got made more dramatic by probably what's going on in your life, in your personal life and stuff like that. But as far as what I looked at it, that wasn't an off season. Hey, you win some, you lose some. You got bronze. And then you came by and destroyed them and won the Diamond League Championship. So, which I think automatically gives you a bye for the next World Championships. The way their rules are, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it holds for 2 seasons or just 1. Now, that's tough to do. You got a gold and you got a silver or a bronze at the World Championships, and you already were the Olympic champion and you were the world champion. So look, many people can't even do that. I listened to some of these professional athletes, and they were saying, man, I wish I lived in a moment where I could, I was so busy trying to chase that gold. When I got that silver, like, I wish I could go back to just enjoy the moment that I got the silver. I wish I could go back to that. Because look, winning is damn hard. Constantly winning is even harder. If you never win again and you're just there and you are saying, hey, look, I'm chasing after that. Think about people like this. Johan Blake won the World Championships in 2011. This man is still competing. I don't know what goes through his mind. I don't know if he's beating himself up. I don't know anything about that, but he had to claw himself back, and he's still out there competing. People are talking about him. They calling him all types of names, and they say, hey, the only reason you won the World Championships, Usain Bolt. False started. Don't matter. He was the best there. Usain Bolt broke the rules. Usain Bolt got his ass ejected, and that was the opportunity for Johan Blake. Maybe he thought it was cheated and said, you know what? I never got a chance to beat him outright at the Worlds or Olympics. Hey, you know what? He's still there. Athing Mu, just remember that. So for anybody else that's out there, y'all having issues or something going on, just remember, take some time out of the day. I had to remember this. This is another reason. Maybe this is for me too. I had to remember this. Dude, you just got to go out there. Hey, I brought up walking because that's what I do. Go out there and walk for 1 or 3 hours today. Just do that. Just go ahead. You need to do it tomorrow? Do it tomorrow. The next day, the next day, the next day. It's 24 hours in a day. you're gonna be up and you're gonna work only a specific period of time. Other than that, hey, the problems, let them be where the problems be. You can only do what you can with the energy level you got. You can think, you can relax. When you can relax, you can think your way out of that problem. Athing Mu, think your way out of that problem. On another note, in my opinion, from outsider looking in, obviously I'm not there, I think that Coach Kersey, if you could just start having to run the shorter distances, because he was kind of, I understand the logic, because she did get a personal best from this, actually last year, even being hurt, where you had her in the 1500s and doing the longer stuff. I still would have liked to just see her in a 4.8 aspect. You just approach her from the 4.8. She don't really need to run a 1500. Why don't you just run her in the 1000 when they have those? You know, put her in the 1000. If you want to do over distance or something like that, just do a 1000, do a couple 600s indoor or something like that. Obviously, that's under distance, but that's from my perspective. I don't know. Obviously, as a youth, she was doing all the way from 200 to 1500. So clearly, she was able to do something like that, and she could probably still do something like that now. But hey, that's just my two takes. As far as this, Keely Hodgkinson going forward in the future, she's a competitor to beat. She's a competitor to beat. Her, Mary Mora, those two right there, as far as outside the U.S., because Athing Mu, it just depends. And when I say it depends, it just depends on how she's going to take this. Is she going to be serious and say, you know what, I'm going to quit? I don't really think that's serious. I'm not going to take it serious until she actually does quit. Because we might see this seesaw of, I think I'm going to quit. I don't know if I am, or whatever, back and forth for the next decade. Okay? We got athletes like that. We got people like that in life. So remember, we're just seeing their life in front of a camera. But these are regular, everyday people with emotions and feelings and things that they do and all of that stuff. It's like people getting on Noah Lyles and whatnot, and they seeing him partying and his girlfriend shaking her ass on him and stuff, and they had comments to say about it. Hey, they're regular people and they having the time of their life, and I guess they happen to post it up online, and people of course are gonna comment, but I'm like, they're regular people. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They got comments and stuff that they're saying even now. That's a different video for that one. But this is a regular person. Athing Mu is a regular person. And if you did listen to this, I hope this gave you some encouragement. Keep your head up. Go ahead, get into your quiet space whenever you can, whenever possible. Even if it's 30 minutes or an hour every day, go ahead and do that. And I mean on a regular basis, not every once in a while. If you can train every day, if they got you on a 7-day regimen per day, 50 weeks out of the year, like a full-time job and everything like that, then you could do every single day, like every single day you breathe, every single day you need to drink some water, every single day, I would assume, because you're training, you would eat food, unless you practice Ramadan and everything like that. But, oh, wait a minute, that's just sun up to sundown. Unless you practice fasting and things like those, unless you're doing those, you're eating every single day, drinking water every single day, breathing every single day, because you're alive, so you can get in your quiet space every single day. Don't relegate that, oh, let me just do it once a week, get in my thing. No. If somebody gonna praise God, you praise God every day. If you gonna do what you gonna do it every day. I don't see the reason why somebody would do it every once in a while. So go ahead. There you go. I've been your host, Nick, and this is Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. So final word here. Keely Hodgkinson, to get to the title of this, like I said, I don't know what the title is going to be. I think it's going to be somewhere about, is Keely Hodgkinson a long-term threat to Athing Mu or something like that? Who knows? But she is, people got to put respect on her name, because they're still saying, hey, Athing Mu this, Athing Mu would be on top. And on the one hand, yeah, but they're at the same age, in the same age group. So I would say they're more like rivals. I would still give Athing Mu the edge, because she's beating Hodgkinson more often, and she's got Hodgkinson, unlike Mu, or Mu, unlike Hodgkinson, is both Olympic and world champion, and Hodgkinson got 2 silvers so far. So that's a difference, and she finished runner-up to Athing Mu in the Diamond League championships. So this year, hey, look, you know, Diamond League come around, she gonna be like, I probably got this. Unless, you know, something with Mora or another person, I forget her name, comes up and they win. So right now, as it stands, the favoring is still leaning toward Athing Mu, but I would say they're pretty much close neck and neck because Hodgkinson almost had her number last year when she was pushing her. Like, she be pushing her in that home straightaway, and Athing Mu got to be bringing something out of her. If she ain't on her game, Hodgkinson, Hodgkinson and Mo, if either one of them aren't on their game full time, like fully on their game when it comes to that, I would still say Athing Mu just because of what we see her do over the 4, right? And Hodgkinson did focus on the 400 this year. I think that's where you see this big drop there. She focused on the 400. This is what I'm saying. Why don't you, coach? Why don't you get Athing Mu in the 400? Maybe you saying she hurt, she can't handle that speed work like that. Okay, but if you're getting them, and here I am, another extended. I'm gonna cut this off, guys, in 2-3 minutes, I promise. But here's the thing: if you get her, I guess we could bring this back up on the screen. If you get a Hodgkinson that is at her A game and a Athing Mu at their A game, they're gonna be so close it's hard to call. Even with Hodgkinson currently faster, the reason why I'm saying that is because Athing Mu, if she's going back to the 400, I would say roots and the speed side roots, I would say Hodgkinson should not be able to touch her. As far as if Athing Mu will be able to push in that home straightaway, and that's the thing. Both of them pushing, push to push. We've seen it already. Athing Mu is able to push Hodgkinson into second place. She beats her in the second place. She's done it already ahead of her. What now? Twice, Diamond League and at the World Championships. So she's able to be in the home straight and then push, 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 and beat her back in the second place. So if she's able to do that, that tells me that she's got a little bit superior speed at the end of the race. She's able to access that, and that could be coming from her just with better speed. If she is able to get over her injuries, get back in the game, like I say, it's going to be 2 seasons, but then there's no real championship season. It's got that World Athletics Best or something like that in 2026. 2025 is still going to be her recovering. She could still win, obviously, and come back with fast times because we see that with people. We saw that with Dalilah Muhammad coming back to her doing personal best and everything, and then Sydney McLaughlin just dropped another world record on the head, but there you go. So that's my final word on that. Keely Hodgkinson is up there right now as far as Athing Mu. She's going to have to recover. So even on the next season, I'm going to have to see what Mo does for the rest of this season to see if this was just, hey, you know, this is a bad race. I'm not counting.